everybody, here we go! Off to Neverland!
Hi guys, so today is October 19th and there's a little bit of change of scenery if you can't tell, but it's just way too nice outside to not be out because it's like 80 degrees and it's beautiful right now in New Jersey. So I figured I'd come outside today and do a little bit of my video out here. So since a lot of people are getting accepted and we're kind of winding down the end of the acceptances over the next few weeks, I wanted to do a little video about three kind of big parts of the living aspect of the Disney College program. If you didn't know, there are different categories that the college program fulfills: living, earning, and learning. So you have the opportunity to take classes, you're obviously working, and you're living in a community that is very different than a college living situation. So I wanted to talk about three main things under that category, which would be housing, roommates, and transportation. Those are the three big parts of the living component of the college program. And I see a lot of people have questions from alumni about different things that have to do with the complexes, finding roommates, how easy it is to navigate the bus system, and all things like that. So this is what this video is going to be about. First, I'm going to talk about the housing. I'm going to talk about the several different complexes that Disney has to offer, so it'll be a little bit easier for you to make your choices to decide which complexes and room types that you feel like you would enjoy. So the first complex I'm going to talk about is Vista Way is the full name of it. The first complex I'm going to talk to you guys about today is Vista Way. This complex tends to get a rep as a party complex, but that is not completely true, I would say. It's just a little bit more lively than some of the other complexes, and I think that's how it gets its name. Some of the complexes are a little bit quieter, but Vista is not bad. If you don't want a quiet complex, then Vista is the number one for you. It is a little bit one of the older complexes, but they are renovating a lot of the apartments and the rooms with newer amenities and things like that. And some of the renovated apartments look just as nice as some of the other ones, if not better. So definitely keep that in mind, that there is a possibility that you can get an older apartment or possibly a newer apartment. All of the complexes have a pool, so that's not really something to talk about. They all have a fitness center. Vista does have a volleyball court, which is nice, so if you want to play some volleyball. There's also a tennis court, and it's the only complex that has a basketball court. So if you're into more of the sport type things, then Vista is also for you. There's laundry in every building, which isn't true about some of the other complexes, so that's another nice perk. And it is one of the transportation headquarters, so you can get any bus at Vista. Vista is also close to a lot of restaurants and things like that, and I believe a pharmacy, it's either Rite Aid or Walgreens, I don't remember which it is, all within like 2-minute walking distance. There's a Chick-fil-A right there, a Wendy's right there, I think there's an Applebee's. Another con of Vista is that it is about 5 to 7 miles away from the rest of the complexes, so you are alone when you're in Vista. There is a library of sorts for all college program participants where you can rent books, you can rent DVDs. They pretty much have every single DVD that is Disney known to man. So you just can go in and you can rent movies and things like that. So for flying and you have a TV but you don't have cable, you don't have Netflix, you can rent DVDs. So that's really cool, and they have a ton of options. So that's a little bit about Vista. The next one I want to talk to you about is Chatham, and Chatham Square is near and dear to my heart because that's where I stayed my first program, and I absolutely loved it. One of the cool things about Chatham that will be the same with all the other two complexes. One of the cool things about Chatham that's similar to the other two complexes I'm going to talk about after this is that Chatham apartments, most of them, come with a balcony. So that's nice. I mean, you can't really put anything out in the balcony other than what's there. So that's a little bit of a downer, but it's a balcony and that's nice. There is a pool, a fitness center, there's a tennis court. There is not a basketball court at Chatham Square, so you'd have to go to Vista to play basketball. But there is a thing called Mickey's Retreat, which is kind of like a park, a pool, and all this kind of fun stuff for cast members and cast members only and their families. So that's really awesome, and it's literally across the street, so it's really close. The other good thing about Chatham is that there are 2 mail kiosks instead of 1. So there's 2 different places where you can go and get your mail. Your apartment will have 1 mailbox, so instead of having 1 central one, you've got 2 in the complex. So there aren't as many laundry facilities as there are in Vista. There's only about 5 buildings in Chatham that have laundry facilities, but the cool part about them is that you can use your debit card, and then you also can get a text alert when your laundry is done, so you don't have to wait, set a timer, you can just get a text alert, which is really nice. And it's really not that bad to carry your laundry around. There was one probably 2 buildings over from where I was, and it was like carrying it through a dorm building, so it was not bad, I promise. It's also the 2nd major hub for the buses, so you can get every single bus from Chatham. And Chatham's bus stop is outside of Chatham, whereas Vista's bus stop is within the Vista complex. So you don't actually have to, if you're from another complex, you don't have to go into Chatham and show your ID in order to get the bus from Chatham. Also, the housing events are also held at Chatham, which is like the welcome events and different things like that, which is awesome. That means you don't have to walk very far. You can just literally go get pizza and walk back to your apartment. So that is really amazing. Chatham is not the newest, but it's a little bit bigger. Like the living spaces are bigger, and I really enjoyed it. It was not bad. It was better than any of the college dorm rooms that I lived in. Chatham's also walking distance from the outlets and a few other places like a Starbucks. A little bit of a walking distance from Publix, depending on how far you want to walk, and it's in the main Disney housing area that has Chatham, Patterson, and Commons. So they're all within like a 5-minute walk of each other. I personally loved Chatham. It was really quiet, and it had such a chill atmosphere that like it was just really awesome, and I loved it. So if you're looking for something kind of relaxed, Chatham would be a great choice. The next complex I want to talk to you guys about is Patterson Court. Patterson Court is the only complex that does not have its own bus stop. So you would have to walk to either the Commons or Chatham. Chatham is way closer to get the bus. But like I said before, it's only about a 5-minute walk. And if you're in the corner of the Chatham Square apartment complex, it takes about 5 minutes to walk to the bus stop anyway. So it's not that bad. From what I've heard, to walk from Patterson to Chatham, it's really not bad because you don't actually have to go into the complex, so it's not horrible without the bus stop. Patterson, second to the Commons, is the newest complex, so it's nicer than Vista and Chatham. They also have a little bit bigger closet space, so the living space might not be as big, but the closets are way better. It has the newest appliances and amenities in the apartments, so you're getting a little bit of a better quality apartment. For a little bit cheaper, actually. There are a few laundry facilities in Patterson Court, and they also operate on the same debit card text alert system as the Chatham Square laundry facilities. There's no volleyball court. There's a pool table, which is cool, but no tennis or basketball courts. So, like I said, if you're not into any kind of sporting things, maybe Patterson is something for you to consider. It's just as close to some of the other places that I mentioned that Chatham Square is, so it's walking distance to several places. I personally think Patterson Square is the prettiest looking complex. On the outside, the pool is the nicest. And it's also really, really quiet. A lot of people joke that Patterson Court is the retirement complex because it's so quiet. So if you're looking for something like that, try Patterson Court. It's beautiful. And the last complex I want to talk to you guys about is the Commons. The Commons is like the top place that people want to live. It used to only be available for international college program students, but now ICPs can live anywhere in any of the 4 complexes. So they opened up the Commons for all of the college program kids as well. It's near Chatham and Patterson Court. It's a little bit farther. Patterson and Chatham are like right next to each other, but the Commons is like in front of Chatham, like past McGear's Retreat. It's all on the same road though, so it's really close. Patterson and Chatham are like right next to each other, but the Commons is like in front of Chatham, like past McGear's Retreat. It's all on the same road though, so it's really close. They have laundry facilities in every single apartment, so you don't have to pay for your own laundry, and you are getting a balcony as well. They have a fitness center and a pool and a volleyball court and a tennis court, but like I said, no basketball court. The only complex that has that is Vista Way. And one of the cool features that Commons has, other than the free laundry, is a little convenience store that's kind of like a little 7-Eleven or a Wawa, if you know anything like that. So It's really nice. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you're on a rush and you just really want ice cream, or if you want a milkshake, or if you want a hot dog, because they sell like hot dogs and stuff like that, you need chips, or you just need anything like in a rush, then this little convenience store in Commons is good option. Now, with the transportation at the Commons does have a bus stop. But the problem with the Commons bus stop is that every single bus is available all day long. After 6 p.m., 60% of the buses you have to request for them to stop at the Commons, or they won't stop. And then some buses just don't even go to the Commons. Because I know the one Magic Kingdom bus, since I worked at Magic Kingdom, my first program, the A bus stops at the Commons, but I don't think the B bus does. So you have to kind of plan around and be a little bit more creative with catching the bus at the Commons, since not every bus is offered and not every bus stops every time. So you either have to walk to Chatham Square, which would be about a 5 to 7 minute walk, or you just, like I said, you can take a bus from Commons to Vista or a bus from Commons to Chatham. For some buses, the last stop before heading out to Disney property will be Chatham, and for some of those buses, the last one will be Vista. There's a little phrase that goes along with that. Way to know this is, if you're looking to take a bus from Disney property and you want to go back to Chatham first and not have to go to the other complexes, you're going to take a bus that has letters from the word cabbage in it. So C-A-B-A-G-E. Any of those buses will take you to Chatham first. Any of the other letters of the bus options will take you to Vista first. So, a little bit helpful. If you want to know what's the cheapest complex is Chatham Square. The cheapest apartments you're going to be able to get are ones that either have a 1 or 2 bedroom that are triple occupancy. It means 1 bunk bed and 1 twin bed, and that's your apartment for that room. So you've got 3 people to a room in a triple occupancy apartment. Some of them are for 5 people, some of them for 6. So a 5-person triple occupancy room, a 5-person triple occupancy apartment will have a bedroom with 2 beds and then a bedroom with 3 beds. And then a 6-person would have 3 and 3. So that would be your cheapest option. If you're looking for a really cheap apartment, do triple occupancy. In Chatham Square, if you have a triple occupancy apartment, you get a second fridge that also has a freezer, which means you're only sharing a fridge with 3 people, or like 2.5. So highly recommend, because we lived in a 3-person, 2-bedroom apartment in Chatham Square. Our rent was the cheapest, and it was one of the only ones under $100, which is also true now. It's $93, I believe. So that is the cheapest apartment you can get, and you get a second fridge, so it's really a win-win. And honestly, the bunk beds are not bad, I promise. So if you're really looking to save a little bit of money, it's worth it. Do triple occupancy, at least for 1 room. It will save you a lot of money. You will get a second fridge. Not guaranteed at all the other complexes, but Chatham Square for sure, I know you get a second fridge. I cannot stress that enough. It is really, honestly, a godsend. In order of the cheapest apartments to the more expensive, it is Chatham Square, it is Patterson Court, it is Vista Way, and then the Commons. The Commons can run anywhere between $10 to $20 extra for the same apartment because of that free laundry. Keep that in mind when you're trying to look at complexes. Look at the prices, compare with other rooms of the same style you're looking at in the different complexes, and decide if it's worth it. Because $10 a week is $40 a month, and $40 a month is a lot of money that you could be saving on a CP salary. So today, that was my little bit about the housing. So my next video will talk about transportation, and then the one after that will be about roommates. So stay tuned for those videos in the upcoming weeks, because they will be helpful for you when you're deciding where you want to live, and things like that.